Welcome back, and we're continuing on talking about factoring a quadratic. But this time, b is going to be negative, so that leading middle, that didn't make sense. Our coefficient right here in the middle is going to be negative, but our outside product is positive. Let's talk about it. In this case, we have 1 times 12 equals 12. But the problem is, two positives can never equal a negative whenever we're adding. So in reality, we know 1 and 12 here are products and add up to 13. We also know that 2 and 6 are products and add up to 8. We know 3 and 4 are factors. I keep saying products. Those are all factors of 12 that add up, in this case, 4 and 3 add up to 7. But none of those equal negative 8. And if we only went by what we did last time, we'd be done. We wouldn't have any other way to do this. But what we've got to realize is we have negatives and positives. The product of the original, where it's 1 times 12, has to be positive. Well, two positives multiplied together make a positive, but so do two negatives. So what we've got to look at doing is we've got to look at this and look for a match where a negative 1 and a negative 12, does it equal negative 8 when we add them? Because negative 1 times negative 12 is a positive 12, so we meet our check on whether or not we're using a positive 12 for the product. But we fail the check to see if the sum of those factors is negative 8. So let's move to the next one. We get negative 2 and negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12, because a negative times a negative is positive, and 6 times 2 is 12. Positive 12. So hey, we passed that. And then when we add negative 6 and add negative 2, we do get negative 8, which means we pass both of our tests. Remember, our product has to be what C is in this case, because remember, A is always 1 for now. And then we also pass the case of the sum of those factors being the B. Maybe one thing I should make clear here is B is negative 8, and C here has been 12 this whole time. So we've been talking about the factors of C, and what they add up to needs to be B. In this case, we have negative 6, negative 2. So I'm going to bring those down. Negative 2, negative 6. Now remember, order's not really going to matter here, because we are multiplying and all that fun jazz. But here, the only thing I'm going to take is the numbers exactly as they were. Negative 6, negative 2. I'm going to put those in parentheses and put an X in front. Now, as a quick check, what I want to do is go ahead and look at doing FOIL. And we'll put that in red. All right. So remember, this is just the check. We didn't do it last time. We wanted to keep the video a little shorter. We're getting close to time, so let's get through it. The first being multiplied is x squared. Then if I multiply in my outer, my x times negative 6, I get negative 6x. If I multiply my inner terms, I get negative 2 times x. And if I multiply my outer terms, I get positive 12. And when I combine negative 6x and negative 2x, I'm left with x squared minus 8x plus 12, which is the original expression.